Bonjour. I got to check my mic, make sure I got the right one chosen. I don't. Oh, it's not on. Let me go turn the good mic on. There we go. Should be syncing up in a second. Boom. There we go. Now we got some good audio. Kevin, how are you today?
I'm fantastic.
Excellent. So the very first thing we got to do is say hello to everybody, and then we will get Kevin going on his brickhead of the night. So, hello, Cindy. Early again. Yeah, you're here about an hour and 40 minutes ago. I love it. It's awesome. And we got Rachel in the house. Hello, Rachel. Hope you're doing good today. Oh, you got a mic? They can't hear you. They can't hear you. Christina James is in the house. Larry is in the house. Let's see. We got Joe. She's here, but finishing up the Cajun red beans and rice. That could be mighty lip smacking, I'm telling you right there. And then Cindy's saying hello to everybody. Christina's saying hi to Joe. Larry's hoping everybody is doing great and well today. I am. Hope you're doing well, Larry. Joe says it's been a pretty good day. That's nice. We did get the black stone out of the garage, got it around the back all cleaned up, got the wind guards installed. Cool thing about a black stone grill is it has this gap underneath that lets all the heat out. The problem is here in Oklahoma, if you're out on the back porch and you're trying to cook something, the wind steals all of your heat. So on Amazon, you can buy these little magnetic wind guards that keep all the wind out except for a little bit for combustion. So that's pretty cool. So we did that today. And then we spatchcocked a chicken because Carrie says, I want a spatchcock chicken today. And it was delicious. Larry says he tried using wood that I used wood hardener on. I thought I had the Jacobs locked in, but my hand, the Jacobs chuck locked in, but my hand didn't grab it good enough and the chuck flew out the tailstock. Okay, stand back, Larry, pick up all the pieces and get back over there and do it again. The pen blank flew apart. Oh, did you squeeze it too hard? Was that the issue? Why would the pen blank fall apart? That's scary. My goodness. What's that, babe?
Maybe it wasn't made right.
I don't know. Larry, he used some wood hardener, and I've never used that, but I have heard people using that. I just don't know how far it soaks into the wood. Let's see. Cindy's getting excited because her daughter is coming over Monday. All right. Trying to see some Cherish. You can sing to her, right? There's a song called Cherish. Let's see. So Larry got a bruise on your left hand and tore the skin in 2 spots, just little areas. Gee, Larry, be careful, brother. My goodness, that is not fun. All right, we got Audrey in the house. Hello, Audrey. Hopefully you saw your pen turning on the premiere. Did that during the week and just threw it up this morning. Stephanie Pike's in the house, wishing everybody a good afternoon. And art by Teresa Raymer's here. Good to see you, Teresa. Stephanie, Christina C is in the house. Christina, you probably saw your video, your premiere. One of the blanks came apart. We got a new one on the way. We'll probably send you the ones that are finished first, and then get the other one done with the next batch. But you got your e-painter pens and you got your screw-in thread done. So life is good, and I almost know what I'm doing here.
The one that's coming will be the only one left.
Yeah, the one that's coming will be the only one left for you. So we'll ship you all the goodies first, and then we will ship the other one afterwards. Let's see. Who else we got? Christina, Larry. The wood is like drilling. This wood is, it's super fine. Yeah. You know, I find, Larry, that drilling through wood, if it's not stabilized and it's very dry, it drills through very quickly. Very, very quickly. Hey, John. Hope you and Don are doing very well. Let me get my my high out of the way here. Been in the shop all day. Been fun. Carrie's got me loaded up with a bunch of work.
Yep.
Yep, she says. You got a mic? Oh yeah, good. You're getting a mic. Everybody wants to hear the bear.
No.
Okay, so the very first thing we got to do, I need to share my screen here. We got to
Share
do.
my screen.
We got to see which box Kevin is going to get from, and
Okay.
which one he's going to do. Let's go. Here's the first leopard wheel,
So it's either
and this is going to be. Here we go. Goblet of Fire, Revenge of the Sith.
okay. Hopefully it's Goblet of Fire. We did Revenge of the Sith yesterday. Oh, can I pick it? Look at me.
Oh, it's 50-50. You did good.
Goblet of Fire.
All right, and we're not going to remove that because we got to spin that again tomorrow. And then we're going to go to this tab here and hang on. I got to add
No.
a 2. No, because
No.
he did one out of the other box.
Oh, that's right. True that.
Okay, so there we go. I got to shuffle. Shuffle.
Yes, I'm
Shuffle.
very particular. You be sure and do that.
1, 5, 4, 2, 3. That's pretty shuffled. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
And the winner is
Looking like number 4.
That's Fleur Delcourt.
my
Fleur
Boba's girl,
Delacour. All
my
right.
favorite character in that
All
book.
right. All right. We're glad you're great, John. We are glad you're great.
Kevin, you should pull the carriage that goes with it.
Ah,
Kind of goes with it, but the carriage
all
I
right.
did.
So,
the only Lego.
so there's a couple of premieres up today. And then I spent the last 3 hours preparing all the blanks for tomorrow. And there are a number of cinnamon blanks in those preparations. So the shop smells a bit cinnamony,
Cinnamony.
if you know what I mean. Cinnamony. I got to show you this. I forgot I had this piece of wood here, and it is stabilized, and it is incredible.
You say that about all the wood.
Well, this one will smoke your eyeballs.
Here I have the carriage on the screen.
Oh yeah, that's the carriage I did. My very first.
Look at this,
Lego.
Care.
I see it. Yes. Well, you can put it. Don't put it there. Put it next to it so you can work in this tray. There you go. There we go. We'll move her around. Or move the tray down.
Make mine a little bigger, would you care?
Oh, you're asking me to do that. That's hard.
Apparently I'm going to shrink here in a second.
So this has been dyed, been stabilized, and I'm probably going to make some bottle stoppers out of this.
I
Look at
never
that
knew.
burl.
Trying to get there. You go.
We're gone completely now. Oh, there we are.
There's a little itty bitty fleur that went with the carriage set. It was like if you saw the movie Goblet of Fire, which
Man,
is
that
book
is
4,
gorgeous.
the carriage comes flying in. It looks like a Cinderella carriage. They're from France.
And this is her sister, Gabriella.
Cute.
And here's Hagrid's girlfriend in the book. Her name is
That very
Madame
tall.
Maxine.
She's very tall.
There you go. Very nice. So Stephanie asks a really good question. Does anyone know that if the cinnamon scent eventually dissipates, some of those blanks are gorgeous, but I hate that smell? Okay, don't get a cinnamon blank if you hate the smell, because I have heard about 3 years old and it still smells like cinnamon. So you'll get it on your fingers and stuff. However, I got a blank in here by someone else. Where did it go?
What?
Where'd that? Oh, thought it was in a Ziploc bag. But there is a blank here that if you don't like cinnamon, but you like that design, where's that one with the acorn tops? Oh, right here. So this looks similar, Stephanie. These are acorn tops that are put in there. And you can find blanks like this that look a little bit like cinnamon. They're curved and woody. but do not smell like cinnamon. In fact, they don't even smell like acorns, whatever acorns smell like. So that is an option. Very interesting, right? Acorn tops. Who thought to put those in there, right? Yeah. Yeah, so there's options out there. Let me back this up here. We've got to finish this one from yesterday, and I actually started finishing it this morning and got it all done, except I found another piece of resin that had peeled off. So I went and super glued it. That's that super bright glue right there, or super bright gold. So now we're really good. Now we're just going to finish it up, make it all done. This is grapevine in this gold silver kind of stuff. So this is Amelia's pen. We'll get it going up here about 2,000 RPMs or so. So Larry, did you break your drill bit? Were you actually drilling the blank? Is that why you lost it? You were drilling the blank? Yeah, I'd really like to know your experience on the wood hardener. Yeah, I was started finishing this morning, just get things out of the way in the shop and get them into Carrie to be shipped, Kevin to be buffed, and all that kind of stuff. And found that little exposed foil. I thought, oh, I better cover that up.
We did watch the Destiny last night move down the river in Germany. Very, very slowly.
Is now in the Netherlands.
Yep. It was going 1 knot speed, which means you could walk faster than that ship was moving through that canal.
Yeah.
All right. Feeling really good right there.
And it'll be in the Netherlands for the next month and a half.
Yeah, they do a little sea trials and shake down and fix everything.
Yep.
And then eventually in October sometime, I believe, it will head to Fort Lauderdale.
Carrie is very excited to be on the Destiny as a maiden voyage. We've never done a maiden voyage before.
They don't come up very often, and the travel agency I work with was able to ask if we wanted to go, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
It didn't take long for Carrie to say yes.
No, because she said it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, it's probably true. There won't be that many available that we could go on, so kind of a month after our anniversary, so I'm like, oh, let's do it. That'll be our Christmas present for 3 of us. So the 3 of us are going.
So there's a comment in there from Christina about dropping it. This is actually a very sturdy pen because it has this wood. I might, if you drop this hard enough on the floor, think that it would crack across the resin if it were too thin and hit the right angle and all that stuff. But this got a chunk of wood from stem to stern, so I'm pretty confident in this one here.
I know some people who have had wood in the front of their pen and dropped it and the wood chipped off and asked us to fix it, and they sent it back, and of course minor service charged to do that, but Tim glued it back together because it just cracked just right, so it was easy to stick it back on. So it just depends. With a solid resin break, it's really hard to get it in there where you would put your tip in and where it would stay. So it's all resonant breaks. That's kind of hard to fix. You're better off choosing a new blank kind of thing. And if it's one of our pens, we'll easily do a switch to that if that happens.
Well, Joe had a pen. It was a Grateful Pop blank, which are always breathtaking, colorful, wild, natural symbols. And Jacob does a bunch of them just like he does. Jacob uses Alumilite Slow Clear, and Grateful Pop uses epoxy resin. And he uses that because he gets a different artistic effect. I understand 100%. So if you get a Grateful Pop blank, It can't go too thin because it's epoxy, and epoxy is a little softer than Alumilite Slow Clear. But Joe had a pen, and there was a thistle down on the end that created a very weak point, and Joe dropped it, and it broke in her right about in this area here, a little thin, finger grip. And she was heartbroken because it was a gorgeous pen. I mean, a gorgeous blank, great colors, got that thistle in there and all that stuff. So she sent it back, and I was able to glue it together. And the interesting thing now is the defect is actually stronger now that I've glued it together than the rest of the pen. So as long as Joe doesn't drop it, then we won't have to fix it again. But if she does, we will. Hey, Trudy, how you doing?
Apparently you're freezing, Dad.
Yeah, I don't know what that deal is.
Always when we have two people.
No, it's StreamYard. 100% StreamYard. Don't know why. But they did some updates, and all of a sudden we got these momentary freezes. We got fat, solid internet. We're screaming Mimi, the whole bit. So plenty of goodness. I may just get online with Cox and see if they can do a line check or a probe or something like that to see what the deal is.
It might be from rain or something. I know that sounds kind of weird, but
I got about 3 gallons of cactus juice here, Larry. You know, in the next couple of weeks, maybe within a month, I should have my vacuuming world set up. And maybe we'll stabilize the blank and send you one, Larry. It'll be a gorgeous one, you know that.
Here's a well-known fact of the Brooklyn building. She eventually becomes brother-in-law, sister-in-law to Ron Weasley.
Kevin, you know, you just made me chuckle. Because when you said a well-known fact, that's exactly what Cliff Clavin would say in Cheers. Yeah, it's a well-known fact. And then he would go on with his well-known fact.
oh, Kevin said it's
That
a
was
well-known
funny,
fact.
Kev. That was good.
What it is. It's a well-known fact.
It is a well-known fact. But that was sort of the trademark Cliff Clavin wording.
Only you guys would know that.
I heard all the Europe is having a major disruption in their airline check-ins and all that kind of stuff, and it's screwing something. They're not sure if it's a cyber attack or an IT issue. Yeah. Sort of like that thing we had in America with CrowdStrike. Actually hit the whole world. Messed up everything for a little bit. I was in Germany when that happened.
The orders. They all have gone out. There's one
Getting prettier.
one order that's going out on Monday because they have another order that Tim's working on this weekend. So that one, but all the other ones were paid and thank you very much and shipped out for those. So you can go back and look at some of the ones we showed. We'll probably show some more. And this week I have some Rapture resins blanks to show, like a big, huge bag. I'd say maybe about 40 or so. Might not show all of them, but if you've not experienced Rapture resins, you will see these blanks. They're gorgeous. They're 100% resin, no 3D printed in them, and they are stunning. So some are not really for thick finger grips, probably like a medium, maybe a 0.60 is like the thickest you would go if it was baseball bat, but are thin finger grips, but they're all beautiful and different. I've had a whole big selection of them, and I bought extras, and I went through all my buckets and found as many as I could. So good way to do that. Some of them make good writing pens, some do not. So we will show those off this week.
Ooh, that's looking pretty. Look at that. Ooh.
Probably the same way we did the other D-stash. That seemed to work pretty good. And so it goes.
Okay, let's get a little bit of the. I'm gonna have to get another jar of this stuff. I'm almost out. Now we'll just get this all worked in there and yeah, Larry, you know, I'm at the point now where I see so much stuff I have to go, no, I don't have time for that. No, I don't have time for that. Because right now I got to get my vacuuming thing set up. And then the step after that is get my resin printer set up so we can start doing some crazy stuff. Plus, I got to start pouring some blanks for Caitlin Harger and use some of her wild fluorescent neon mica powder she sent. Yeah, there's all kind of stuff she's got. All right, I think we're looking good here. Now we've got to, oh, that's beautiful. Woo-hoo. And now I've got to, no, I'm not even going to do it for the resin. That thing is just gorgeous. My, look at that. Look at that thing.
It's pretty. You have to order some resin to go with some of the canvases that have been released that were going to match.
You mean colors?
Yeah, that's like.
Yeah, mica powders. Oh, you speak English just fine. You were just thinking resin because that's what you mix mica powders in.
Not the most recent one that you have today.
All right, I'm going to change cameras. We're going to get a little bit of leopard scope going here. Let me get it focused in here. Whoo, look at that. Look at that. That is a bundle of party right there, I'll tell you. Look at that wood. Oh my goodness. Man alive. Look at that grain and chatoyance. The grain goes one way. You can see that. The chatoyance is the light lines going the other way. And that's this grapevine blowing in the wind, stressing itself out as it grows. That is too cool. Man, that's pretty. Woo! That is pretty. Might be trying to get some more Pegasus straight blade. They told me that these don't drift from one side to the other. Well, that'd be good. Pegasus is pretty high quality. Yep, the pen is beautiful. Thank you all for your kind words. Hello, Diamonds and Doxies. How are the Doxies today? All right, I'm going to put that in there. Kevin will get to that later. And then we're going to, who's up next here? This is going to be a redo. Okay, this is the one last time that we had separate. And she told me to do something different. let's see. We are going to, let me get some 5 1/4. I think it's 5 1/4 long. Yeah. So this is the blank we're going to do. I got to drill some bushing holes and all that good stuff. Again, I'm going to sand the corners down rather than try to turn them down, just to be gentle on this blank. All right, got some holes drilled in there. I'm going to put some bushings in and go over to the sander. Let me turn the, got to open up the gates here and get the air blowing on the dust collection. This is a Castaway Creations blank. And this sanding off the corners, I'll show it to you in a second. It gets rid of some of the shock that goes into this blank as it's turning roundy round when it's very square. All right. And I'm going to go see what Jamie said. Working and lurking. Awesome, Diamonds and Doxies. Let's see. Let me go to my messenger here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yep, just take light cuts, go super fast. So here we go. Gentle, gentle to get it nice and round. It'll take us a little longer, but not very much longer, so it's no big deal. Go nice and slow, just tickling the edges off. Yeah, I think sanding the edges off really reduced a lot of shock and vibration. Beautiful. And I'm going to go to the other end and be super gentle there. In the middle, it won't be so bad. It's just on the ends where there's a little bit left support in between the stripes. Nice and smooth. Here we go. Still going to take it easy. Not going to be very aggressive. Ooh, super smooth. Love it. Doing well. Very well. All right. We are nice and round. And that's what it looks like, all nice and round.
There's Fleur Delacour's ponytail.
What's that?
A ponytail.
What? Oh, ponytail. Yeah.
She's got a face.
Yeah, they are very colorful, aren't they, Christina? Very colorful. All right, we're down to about 2,000 RPM now. Back in the regular carving world. I'm going to move the banjo in, and then we will figure out exactly, okay, 0.70 or 0.60, but as thick as possible. All right, we're going to do 5 1/4. We already got that. Let's see what we're starting at right now. We're down to 0.74, so we probably got to get down to at least a 0.65 maybe. Yeah, these are not tremendously thick blanks to start with. And we're going to do a fat bat on this one. So we'll start back a little bit. Ooh, that's smooth. This is a 3D resin printed one. Now let's see how far we're getting down here. We're down about 0.68. We'll snake a little bit more off of that. Give us a nice effect. Remember, you're never really grabbing that pen down there in the lowest spot. Your fingers are up on the incline, if you will. So we can cheat a little bit, make it look nice. Very nice end. Okay, back to this end here.
There we go. Fleur Delacour is done.
Y'all done already?
Yeah.
Man, you're fast. 0.70, we're coming down.
There we go.
You know, Joe, it's funny, 88, 89 degrees today, and I was out there cooking a chicken on the grill. I said, this is what Joe feels like, cooking outside on the grill. Smarties, yeah. Okay, we're still about 0.68. We're going to sneak a little bit more down in there.
Yeah, I'm done already. I'm like, you're done already? It's like, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good there. We left it as fat as we could.
Oh, Anne has joined us, sir.
Hello, Ann. Welcome in.
And
Hey, Jackie JB. I just happened to look up, Kev, when you said that she joined. I saw Jackie pop in there, too. We're glad you guys are here tonight. Made red beans and rice inside my Ninja Foodie. Heck yeah, Joe. Yeah, I didn't think you'd be out today. I just thought of you while I was outside going, hey, my friend Joe, she's out doing this more than I am. All right, now let's see what we're going to do to this thing here. Let's see, we got 5 1/4, and I don't know if some gumballs would look cool or, let's see, there's the middle of it. Let's go see. She says artist choice always scares me.
Why does that scare you?
You know, because I'm responsible now. I have to act appropriately. I think maybe some gumballs would really show some cool undulations here. And if we can get 3 out of there, that might look, it might look like candy when we're done. I think that's about the right size right there.
It smells Christmas in the shop.
It smells cinnamony.
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right, there's our 3 lines. All right, we're pretty good there. Reminds me of some of that fruit stripe gum when I was a kid.
They still make that stuff.
Yeah, didn't they have animals like that were representing the fruit stripe?
They
And
have
the animals
tattoos
were
on the gum.
striped?
I know they had tattoos on the gum. There's my progress of Fred the Flintstone I did today. Oh, zebra stripe gum.
There you go, zebra stripe.
Here's Fred Flintstone I've done today. I got pretty far today. Yes, Jackie JB. Yabba dabba doo! I should have him finished by next week. That's my plan. And then it'll be Dino. So, get my cutters here. Yeah. This will be my 5th full-size kit.
That looks pretty cool.
Oh, that does look cool.
It brightened some of those, or widened some of those color stripes. Like that one there, made it real wide. Nice. All right, let's get a little water on this. Yeah, you could do 1, 2, or 3, depending upon the length of the blank. This is a 5 1/4. And Christina, when you bring yours back 7/8, essentially your pen starts right about here. So your gumballs would have to be way in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, dabba do. Zebra stripe gum. There you go. That's right, Kev. I wondered who said that. I can see that now. This one is giving me Lisa Frank vibe. Now I got to go look up Lisa Frank. I've heard that name before, but I forget what her artwork looked like. I'll have to check it out. Ooh, feeling smooth. Do 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 do. Had a great day today, though. Having so much fun in the shop. Came out here, put my headphones on, fire up my pad. I just downloaded Audible to my pad now. I don't know why I didn't do it before, but I got a bunch of books I got to listen to, and that'll be one of them. I'll get that going maybe tomorrow. That way I don't have to look up. I could just sit and concentrate and listen.
What book is that?
I got a whole bunch of books I want to read.
Yeah.
It's 5 or 6 of them I've bought in the last 3 or 4 months. I need to get some time and listen to, and that'll be turning time tomorrow because I spent the last 3 hours before we went live rounding blanks and doing ink pen kits and getting all those little segments drilled, brass tubes epoxy inserted, and got them trimmed to size, and they are ready to be mounted and turned tomorrow. So I think about 4 of them to do amongst the ink pens. So people that are ordering diamond painting pens are also ordering ink pens. I should say amongst the diamond painting pens. Yeah.
Joe says, okay, guys, 21 watching and only 6 likes. It's free. Go for it.
You go, Joe. I listen to audiobooks mostly when I'm working on a kit. Absolutely. I know people that watch my premieres because they have no sound and either watch a YouTube video, unboxings and stuff, or an audiobook or a crime drama on TV, and they just sort of look back and forth. So, yeah, there's all kind of ways to skin that cat.
Me, I watch Food Network shows.
Yep. Kevin, what are you in the holiday baking challenge thing now?
I'm watching Halloween Baking Championship.
Halloween. There you go.
They got Halloween, holiday, summer, and spring. And Kids Baking Championship. And one of the judges on the Baking Championship is Duff Goldman.
Ooh, that baby gets bright, doesn't it? Look at that thing. My goodness.
Woo! That is pretty cool.
That is brighter than it looks on screen, I'm telling you. Wow. I got my TV.
Christina says, I can't watch TV. I don't get any work done.
Yep, I understand. Sometimes, you don't have to watch those true crime dramas. You just listen to them while you're doing something else. All right, that was for Nicole. All right, let's just put this in the out bucket. Let's see who's up next.
Oh,
a lady named Linda.
I've seen that, Audrey. That's a good one.
Which one's that?
The Great British Baking Show.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Absolutely. Okay, teal rainbow scale, 1 and 5 and 3. Oh, 0.58. That's nice and small. This is very good. Okay, let me get some holes drilled. I think this is 5 1/4. Yep, it certainly is already. No cutting there.
There's a show watching. It's called Outrageous Pumpkins, and there are these pumpkin carvers who are like so talented. I was like, wow, pretty impressive.
Haven't seen Denise pop in today. Must be busy at the gun shop. And of course, we miss April. Haven't seen her in a while. She got those puppies, and her life has been taken over by corgis.
But why she hasn't hopped in? She's been busy with the corgis.
Absolutely. Which I get. That's like having a whole other family. All right, let's cut this one down. Blower on. Here we go.
Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty cool, Lawrence. Yep, Denise is still at work.
Yeah, I imagine she would be.
Yeah, she just said, I'm here, said hi earlier, still at work.
I may have missed you. Sorry, Denise. Hope work is going well.
Stephanie Pike says, oddball question. What is the width measurement on a standard medium grip size? Hello, Rebecca, Your
Yeah, I think
Honor.
this one's falling apart. That's what it feels like.
Oh, Stephanie has a question, Dad. It says,
Oh,
what
yeah,
is
this is
the
plastic. We'll take little nibbles. What was the question?
what is the width measurement on a standard medium grip size?
What is the width measurement on a standard medium grip? So here at Leopard Leatherworks, it's about a 0.56. That's what we would call a medium. Somebody else might call it different, but that's about what we found.
Rebecca has just hopped in, sir. She's working. What a big upset in college football today. Crazy stuff.
I was upset because they ran out of hot dogs. That was my big upset.
well, Syracuse was playing Clemson. Syracuse was a 17.5 underdog betting board wise, and they won by 13. And that's a big upset.
All that plastic is very staticky. 3D printed plastic.
I bet you lots of traffic in Fort Lauderdale today because college game day was in Coral Gables, Florida. Possible.
Now, when we turn this, as we put the knife against here, it creates heat, and we have to do a little bit at a time to not create so much heat in that plastic. So she's going to get a baseball bat, 0.58. And I can feel those little ridges of plastic as my knife goes over them. Feels like a bunch of little speed bumps in the road. But if we just take it easy, life is good.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Miami and the Fort Lauderdale highways were busy today, probably because college game day was in town. Because there's a What's next to do? What do I want to do next? I want to do S. Let's do S.
We're down to about a 0.67, so we got a ways to go. Let's see, what are we getting down to? 0.62, getting closer. Yes, sir, Larry, I'm with you. The resin handles the heat very well. The plastic and some other inserted things, not so much. But it doesn't matter. We don't complain. We just turn it and make it look gorgeous. You learn your way around it after a while. Okay, 0.6. Now we're going to get our mega sharp here. This one actually has less physical contact because it's got a negative rake on it. And it doesn't heat up the plastic as much, so I can continue to cut. And the plastic looks a lot better when I'm done. Took about a 1/2 millimeter off of there. That's good. We're in no hurry to screw it up. We're in a nice slow down to get it right. All right, let's see how we're doing for a measurement here. Oh, yeah, looking really good. Okay, now on the other end. Hopefully we have as much luck down here as we did over there.
Laurie says, well, with resin, it's mostly the glue that breaks loose.
Tomorrow night will be a treat because coming up in the line is something for Marion Lake Craft. You guys have seen her in here and out. We're going to be, I'm going to be preparing during the day the ink pens for her granddaughter's graduation from a college in California.
Cal Lutheran, right?
Cal Lutheran, I believe it is. Glad you remembered that, Kev. And we custom poured some blanks. And we got a couple of pens to turn and a couple of bottle stoppers to turn. So that'll be a little bit different night tomorrow night.
Yeah. What is her granddaughter majoring in?
I don't know what she majored in. But I'm sure if you come tomorrow night, Marion will be here and she will happily answer that question.
That's
because she's very proud of her grandkids.
Yeah, I wanted to go to
Marion
college.
is a wonderful lady.
I wanted to go to college, but it's too much money.
It's just like all you guys. You're all wonderful ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Mm.
All right, looking pretty good. A little tiny trim on that, and this one will be done on this end. Oh. All right, that's feeling pretty good on there. Beautiful. That little tiny piece actually held in there. That's very nice. All right, let's get this centerpiece rounded down nicely. Little pieces falling out there. We'll work that into the cutting design. This may be 2 gumballs on this one. Let's go find our middle here, because gumballs will look awesome on this one. I know that for sure, because I've done a few others. And these are going to be mega sloping gumballs because there's only going to be 2. Here we go.
Ooh, look at that. Oh,
This is more of a Loch Ness cut than gumballs because the humps are a lot longer. All right, that is the shape. Now we got to refine it a little bit. Let's see, what are we missing here? Hey, Rebecca, good to see you. Working and lurking. That's good. How's the ink thing going? What do you call it? The sublimation thing going? I saw your mug. Probably practiced on a couple of more. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Lady Dragon Maria is here. Says hi, everyone.
Hello, Lady Dragon. All right, that'll be our final shape, and that's feels nice and smooth. And now we're going to slow it way down. Turn the blower off. Blow all that stuff away. Break out our diaper. And then we're just going to, let me slow this lathe down to about 1300. Because I don't want to create a lot of heat with this plastic.
Only 1300?
Time for some victuals. Bye, John. Enjoy your dinner. Going to try my dad's trade, but his knowledge was so vast I couldn't keep up with his mind. Yeah, a lot of experience probably too, Larry. Probably a lot of experience. I think he did HVAC, didn't he? As I remember back. Bless you. I think.
Yeah.
Or did you just explode?
I didn't want to do a big sneeze.
You did.
I didn't want to do a huge sneeze.
Ah, that was just a big one. Yeah, we don't need any huge ones. If that was a big one, we don't need any huge ones. Yep. Larry, my dad did HVAC as well. He back in about 1970, we moved from Phoenix, and we moved to Wheeling, West Virginia.
Wheeling, West Virginia.
And he had a Sunoco gas station because that's what he did in Phoenix. He had a gas station, repair, all that kind of stuff. And he did that for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, some guy introduced him to HVAC and said, hey, my buddy's hiring. And my dad was very mechanically inclined anyway. So he went down there and a guy gave him a job and sent him to carrier training schools and Lennox and all that kind of stuff. And that was probably about 1971, I would think. And worked for a company called Wheeling Heating. And a guy named Bob Thonen got him started. And so from 72 until his death in, it was about 8 years ago, Kevin, 2014?
That's 11 years ago.
Was that 2014 he died?
Yes.
Yeah. So 11 years ago this November, he did HVAC all the way up till then. So, yeah, a long time.
I did not know that.
33 years he did HVAC. And when he got to Portland, Oregon, they moved out there, and he had a really good refrigeration career there. And he was actually got into marine refrigeration, which I guess is probably the same, except it's got an application to big ships coming in and out of Portland, Oregon. And then he got into ammonia refrigeration, which was the stuff they use at the big packing plants where they're picking all the groceries and they flash freeze all of the groceries into the bags and send them to Walmart or your favorite, Hy-Vee or H-E-B or Albertsons or Piggly Wiggly or Winn-Dixie or, all that stuff. But anyway, out there where they grew a lot of food, he was on those big ammonia plants. That's pretty cool. Get that wheelie feeling, Jack and JB. Yep. In fact, I think Billy Joel's got his thing. Something out of Wheeling, West Virginia. Was that Billy the Kid or something like that? Can't remember that name of that song. But I left Wheeling in '79 and to join boot camp in the summer, and they moved in November to Portland, Oregon. Had a great bunch of years there. Loved the weather, loved the scenery. I mean, all that kind of good stuff.
The scenery of Portland or Wheeling?
What's that, Kev?
You said the scenery was nice. You talking about
In
Portland?
Wheeling's beautiful too. It's just old and nobody's there anymore. But yeah, Portland's much more grand and gorgeous. There we go. Let me wipe that off. Get rid of. I'm not going to use the polish on this one. We'll leave the buffing to Kevin when he gets done, because if I use the polish on this one, little white bits get stuck between the black plastic and the resin. And the reason it gets jammed is there's a tiny little gap there next to every one of those little pieces of resin. And as you're moving it around, you're literally forcing it into that little gap. So I don't do that on these. And that way you don't have all those little white specks all over it. So that's a lot of fun there. All right, there we go. Fish scales. And that'll get a bit shinier when Kevin buffs it up over there. Oh, it's freezing again. There we go. All right. We're just having some fun tonight. Whipping right through them. Been doing that all day. Going to have a great time tomorrow. Probably, I hope 3 premieres coming out tomorrow, because I hope that'll be about 24 or 25 pens. Oh, where's Miss Fox? Miss Fox's blanks are coming up. Let's see which. Oh, we're going to do an E-pen. Okay, so green, red, white, gold flakes. Okay, that one's pink. So so this is going to be 4 3/4. And she is going to get screw-in thread. You know what? I got another one I got to do. I got to do the screw-in threads on. Let's see, 4 3/4. This big old blank right here. This is going to be beautiful for a 0.60. 4 3/4. Yeah, it's only a 5 1/4 inch blank, so not much off of that one. And this one's going to be a 5-inch length. Pink, teal, light teal, white, fine, pink, glitter, all that stuff. It's going to be 5 inches long. And that's going to be the E-pen. So let me make sure I do this right.
Oklahoma made a school record today, sir.
All right, now I got to remember here, the little one, this is a very pretty blank. We're going to, let me see if I can go wide on this here. As you can see, do all the operations here. Because when I'm doing ink pens, you don't get to see a lot. Hey, Cynthia, these are yours. Good timing. Let's see. Let me just zoom out here. Oh, there we go. We'll zoom in a little bit here. Am I out of focus?
Yes,
Heck
you
yeah,
are.
I am. Let me focus now.
Focus. Focus.
That's the wrong way.
Oh, still out of focus.
How's that, Kev?
Still a little blurry. Oh, yeah, perfect.
All right. Okay. So that way you get to see all the things I'm doing here. All right. So the first thing we got to do is we got to take the dead center out. And we've got to take this off here. I got to get Mr. Chuck-a-Luck out here. And Mr. Chuck-a-Luck goes on here.
Oklahoma Sooners made a school record today, sir.
Nice.
They sacked the opposing quarterback 10 times.
That's a lot.
And it's a coincidence because the opposing quarterback transferred from Oklahoma.
Ah. Good coinky dink, huh?
A little revenge.
Yep. Now we're going to pull that back. We're going to get out this big old drill bit here. Sink it in there, but that's the wrong drill bit. Let's get the right drill bit in there. All right. It's a very long drill bit. Let's see. I'll have to turn you on my phone. Watch while I'm working. Nice. My glass wouldn't straighten that blue out. I can't read that whole comment there. Okay. It'll scroll up here in a second. So now I'm just going to match to make sure I have right in the middle of the blank. And I just tap it into place. Make sure it's good. Crank it down nice and tight. Turn the blower on. Slow the lathe down. Turn it on. This one's going to be an E-pen, so we're going to drill all the way through it. You get the air out here. We have to clean the drill bit off each time because it doesn't clean itself off because the hole's too small. Yes, instead of the drill bit turning, the blank turns. Pretty interesting, isn't it? The drill bit stays steady. Here we go. We're all the way through it. All right. So we take this off. We take the blank out. I'll sit that over there. And then we'll take the chuck off. And what the chuck has on it, it's got these teeth that go in and out that grip things. So you could put larger and smaller things in here. And you can even put different teeth on there so that it grabs larger things. And this thing here, this edge here, is actually a little bit slanted inward as far as an angle goes. And this what goes on the bottom of a bowl when you're turning the outside of the bowl. So it'll secure the bowl while you're turning. I don't do any bowls right now, but it's a very versatile chuck. And that little system right there was about $270. They are not cheap. All right, now we got to put our live center back in. There. We got to blow out our hole where our dead center is going to go. If not, it won't sit in there properly. And there's the dead center, and that goes right in there. It does look like a bullet, doesn't it? It's a very big sniper bullet. Okay, now I got to take the other blank, which is gorgeous. Not going to be an E pen, but yeah, it's going to be, she's going to get screw-in threads on this one. But that doesn't come till later. So that's the beginning of an E pen, is to get that hole all the way through the middle of it while the blank is in its roughest state. All right, now let's zoom back in here. I'm glad you're still listening. Hello, who we got? Stephanie's here. Yep, I'm here. Who yelled? Somebody yelled for roll call? Hello. Oh, who's here? Carrie says. There we go. I'm here, here. About 20 people are here. Some are lurking. Some are just hanging out. Okay, let's get this zoomed back in. Kevin, tell me when I'm super sharp. Or is Kevin gone? I have to walk back and forth to the computer here. That's not bad. Okay, that's pretty good. I did good on that one. Hello, Ellen Taylor. Hey, Ellen, great that you're here. I'm glad. Please, for the things that you request from us, send us an email at leopards@leopardlw.com. It's going across the bottom of the screen there, because I may not see the comment on a video. Carrie just happened to tell me, hey, Christine, or Ellen Taylor asked a question. I go, oh, okay. Let me zoom a little more in on this. I'm going to get a little tighter here. Let's see. Am I in focus? No, I am not in focus. That's worse. Not bad, but I can get just a hair sharper. How's that? Get worse or get better? Got worse. Okay. Went the wrong way. Oh, that's super sharp. You can read that M017 on there, nice and clear. That's what I was looking for. Okay, let's get this one rounded up. Blower on, mega speed high. All right, let's get all these little shavings off from all over the place here. Nothing like a big blast of air. All right, slow it down a bit. Hello, Amelia. Hope you're doing well today. All right, now what are we doing? We're doing some baseball bats, .60. Yep, 4 3/4 long. Had to check that before I started doing things, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, that is smooth. .69. Coming down to .60. .63. That should be right on the money there. And that's on the money. Perfect. All right. All right, we're getting pretty near there. 0.65. Yep, just about. Let's see. Hey, Amelia's in here. Good. Everybody's saying hi to her. What's considered a medium thickness? Are you talking about for your finger grip, Ellen? If you're talking about finger grip, which is right down here, that would be a 0.56. That's correct. Excellent, Christina. 0.56 for medium. I've gone as low as 0.46, which I would consider very small. Joe loves a 0.48. Carrie used to be down around a 0.48, but she's grown up into about a 0.58 almost. Really weird. And usually the thickest we've done is about a 0.71. And I've only done one or two of those. That's not too many. Okay, what do we got here? We got artist choice. Let's see what we get. There's some clarity in here that we got to bring out too. But I love all these swirls in here. Let's find our middle. Maybe the middle will tell us with all the swirly stuff where we need to go. Let's see, there's 4 3/4. That messed me up. So 2 1/4 would be 4 1/2. So that's our middle right there. 4 3/8, if you will. Oh, 0.4, yeah, 4.6. Yep, Cindy's got a small one too. Yep, I know how you like yours, Joe. That is for sure. It is. Sometimes I get so frustrated with it. What's that, Larry? My only problem with reading is I add words or see different letters where they don't belong. I think that's called dyslexia, isn't it? Kevin loves to listen to an audiobook and read along. He loves doing that. Okay, so let's see where that middle is. I got distracted here looking at comments. There's such gorgeous clarity in here. Got gold leaf in the middle of all this clear with looks like gold what do you call it? Glitter. Gold glitter. So gold flake and gold glitter. I'm thinking I'm going to do this kind of, no, I don't want to do that. That'll lose all too much. I got to keep the bulk here a little bit because I don't want to lose all this clarity in there. We might have to do a single pane window on this one just to achieve what we want to get. And we'll go out to about 7/8 in either direction. I think this might be a good way to go. Yeah, 0.46, ladies, 0.46. Because 4.6 would be very big. Yep, Carrie does that too. I'm usually doing something when I'm listening to an audiobook. Yep, right call. Look at all that clear in there. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. It's almost going to look like a Christmas tree. Okay, blower off. Sometimes the simplest turn is perfect for the blank. Just perfect. All right, let's get this thing spinning here. Joe's a 0.48, Carrie, most of the time. Cindy is a 0.46. And by the way, that has absolutely nothing to do with the size of your hand. It has to do with how you grip things and where your muscles are used to being. Yeah, I'm telling you, Cindy, I love to do the fancy turns because I feel like I'm being paid to get all fancy and stuff. But sometimes, and by the way, I'm not that fancy. I've seen people out there doing much fancier stuff. But again, and I've said this before, and everyone here has probably heard it 100 times. You guys buy the blank because the blank turns you on. It matches. It, does something for your soul, the colors, the shininess. And my job is to not screw up the blank. And sometimes that calls for vases, which is super fun. I Dream a Genie, which is super fun. Or this single pane window, which is literally the easiest turn I do next to Mustache. And it's almost the opposite of Mustache. Oh, it feels so smooth. But it comes out gorgeous. And you can sit there when you're diamond painting and just look at your pen. Because the blank makers are the real artists here, putting all these colors together and swirling it around just right. I'm telling you, I know what it takes to get these colors to not mix or not blend, but mix very well. So Renee's dad, mom, whoever makes these blanks for her, they're doing a fantastic job. See you, Larry. Have a good night, buddy. You don't need to apologize. You got to do what you got to do, brother. We're just here watching you. And when Larry's back tomorrow night, we'll show you some of the pens he sent me last night. We were having a chat late last night, and he sent me some pretty cool looking pens. So he does a really nice job. I'm a little jealous. Yeah, be here. Whew, that thing is smooth. All right, now we break out the liquid juice here. I'll be having a blank sent to you soon that I won in an event. Very nice, Cindy. Congratulations. Glad you won. You win here too, a lot. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Oh, yes. We're going to the scope on this one because you got to see the three-dimensionality of this, the gold glitter and the gold leaf in there. Yeah, I'm looking at that on screen. It doesn't even do it justice. Let's see. Switch the cameras here. There we go. I love that. Look how you can see into that blank. Gold leaf and gold glitter. That's pretty cool right there. We preserved all that swirl, got some gold leaf in there. Love it. This is a smoke your eyeball blank, I'm telling you. Look at that. Oh, yes. I love it. There's the snow. And then the blinding wind with the gold dust in it. Look how you can see all the way through that right there. That's too cool. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay, now let's throw some bushings in this next one for Miss Cynthia. Let's see, this is baseball bat 0.60 again. We're not going to get as big of baseball bats on this one. We'll show you why here in a second. Although this is a pretty chunky blank too. So yeah, we're starting out at 0.85, so that's pretty good. So there's 0.48, Joe. Right there. That's your finger grip. This would be a 4.6. Funny. Change 1 decimal point, and that's what you get. 10 times as big. That's funny. You wouldn't think it'd be that big a difference, but it is. All right, let's get that blank going right there. It is secured in place. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for letting me do it. Super high speed again. Let's make this one round. Ah, feels good. All right, E-Pen, here we come. Get us a little speed going here. All right, this one is going to be, because the other one's going to get screw-in threads. This doesn't, so we're going to get baseball bat .60 on this end. And we'll get us a bee stinger on the other end. .70, a little bit more to go. .66. All right, now my favorite turn on this one, and I think it's going to be gorgeous. Oh, yeah. This has got some clarity and some swirl aroundy. Let's see. Ouch. Just bumped the camera. Beautiful. Love it. These are so fun. Do 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 do. That's funny. You bumped your iPad at the same time. Oh, I saw a question from Ellen, but I don't know where it went. Looks like it disappeared. Maybe she's rephrasing. All questions are good, Ellen. All questions are good. And all I saw was, would it be possible? Everything is possible. Absolutely everything. Is it possible to have one 0.46 and the other end 6.0? Yeah, absolutely. In fact, here's a interesting tidbit. Because these are human made, let's say that you ordered a 0.50. One end will probably be a 0.50, 5.5, 50.5, or 4.95 or something like that. And the other end might be a 0.51 or something. We're only talking 1/100th of an inch different, but it is good for your fingers to have a different grip because it keeps your muscles from locking in that same spot. Yeah, that's a good, very good question. And again, no two ends are ever the same. I mean, if you really put a digital micrometer on Joe's pens, they're all around 0.48, but they're probably not all exactly 0.48. But your fingers appreciate the change, I can tell you that. And that is a very good question and very appropriate, especially for as many hours as people diamond paint. Cindy's got a couple of pens, and I think I've made a few of them, and maybe all of them, who knows. But she's around a 0.46, and when I say around, it's like, 0.46, 0.465, 0.55, I mean 0.47. It's all very, very close, and nobody would argue that it's terribly different, but they're human made by my hands, and I'm not a machine, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if it doesn't allow you to order two sides, you could just put it in the notes, and Carrie will pick it up and get it in your order. So that way, when I see it, I know what to do. And I don't do those often, but I'll say it out loud. 0.46, 0.60, 0.46, 0.60, and I'll say it 3 or 4 times. That way I don't forget it and screw up. Whew, that getting smooth. Hello, Kevin.
So Disney Destiny leaves across the ocean on their anniversary.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a 13-night transatlantic cruise.
Doesn't go very fast, does it?
Nope. Arrived in Portugal on the 25th of October.
Ah.
And then
Picks up some people and goes from there, huh?
Then it lands in Port Canaveral, but it's a media preview cruise first.
Right.
Then the Christian cruise, the champagne bottle.
Yep.
And then another media preview cruise. And then our cruise. 2 previews. Content creators.
Yep.
But they probably signed an NDA not to
until a certain date. All right. Let's get a little moo juice on here. Ooh, I see hearts in here. I see a little heart right there, like a glitter heart down inside the blank. Didn't see that before. This is almost a Valentine kind of blank. Oh, I see another heart over here. That's cool. Whoo, baby, that is swirly. My goodness. So your hose goes on this end and your pokey goes on that end. Yeah, we got to check this out under the microscope. This is a very good blank. Lot of depth. A lot of depth on this blank. Let's see. Let me wipe all the my residue from polishing it here so we can see inside it. Let's go to the Leopard scope. The scope. This is the bee stinger end. That's where your hose will go. Look at that. Woo, man alive. It almost looks like candy. Peppermint and some kind of green stuff swirled together. Peppermint and avocado. That's probably what it is. Okay, just kidding. All the little hearts in there. How cute. Didn't even see those before. A lot of good swirl action right there. My goodness, look at that. Almost looks like it's moving. Can literally see almost all the way through that. You can see the hole on the inside. Look at that. That I drilled through the middle. Probably so clear you can watch the air go through it. There's that heart I saw down. Look at that heart. Another one right there. Oh, very nice. Gorgeous blank, Renee. Gorgeous blank. My goodness, my goodness. Let's see here. Hey, Sadara. Good to see you. Some dandy candy, says Jackie JB. Absolutely. That is pretty as a something. Hello, Gail. Good to see you. You got here just in time for us to leave. But it's always good to see you. Always good to see you. Okay, everybody, that's the end of a long day for me. 13, 14 hours is enough. My finger is sore from holding that sandpaper. That's the only thing that hurts after 13 hours is my finger is sore because I'm squeezing all that sandpaper against that thing. But anyway, we will see you guys tomorrow night. Got a couple of premieres that went up today. Check those out. And we'll be some more during the day tomorrow. And then we will go live again tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central Time. Good night, everybody.